I don't think I'm going to find any justice here in any of these buildings. So I want to take it up. And if it doesn't go right to circuit court, then I'd like to go to a grand jury.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. It's not good. We can't take it up. We can't go anywhere, can't do anything in circuit court until you've been indicted. The only thing I can really do is, like, if we need to amend your bond once you're bound over, I can file motions on bond, that kind of thing. But as far as any motions to dismiss or anything like that I literally, my hands are tied until you're indicted. If we waive today, get the discovery, and I look at it and talk with Mr. Williams, I can then, if I have the discovery, I can file prior to indictment a motion to dismiss the bound over case. Okay, that I can do. But if I don't have the stuff, there's literally, my hands are tied. Like,
I mean, if they couldn't provide it in 20 days, they're not going to provide it any quicker.
Oh, they have to. If we waive for discovery in 10 days, Mr. Williams, like, okay, just here's an example. I have a murder case.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the investigating was done in Greenbrier County. They came, we had this prelim. I knew there were all kinds of statements out there because this was one of those cases they'd been looking for the body for months. It was all over Facebook. So we went to the preliminary hearing and we waited for discovery because we knew there was a whole bunch out there. And I want to try to get started on our part of the investigation. So the officers from Greenbrier County said, yeah, we can get that to you within 10 days. 10 days comes and goes, we got nothing. Paul Williams' assistant drove over to Greenbrier County because that's how if they say they're going to give you something in 10 days, the prosecutor's office does everything they can to make that happen.
Right.
Stephanie.
So they had 20 days and they didn't even try.
Well, no, they didn't. That's not why we were. No. I subpoenaed the body cam footage.
Yeah.
We waived this for 20 days, not to give them time to give us the discovery. That wasn't it. It was for me to be
investigate and collect evidence, right?
To investigate and collect what evidence I can.
Right.
And so as of right now, we have like the 911 calls. We have talked to the 2 witnesses that gave statements. Talked to Abby, of course. Mm-hmm. We have the footage, just got it last night from the north side cameras.
And it's showing the hallway corridor?
Huh?
And it's showing the hallway corridor?
No, it doesn't show the hallway corridor. Those are outside and they show the sidewalk.
Okay.
Did they show the cops where the stop happened? How many cops was there?
I don't know. I have been in court. I've not even had a chance to look at it. Nikki has been looking
at
it.
But you said that they have seen the video of the police officers taking me out of the vehicle.
Paul has seen like the first.
You said you and Paul seen it, right?
No, I've not seen it yet.
But
I saw
here.
Your video.
It's here and available today.
He has it. Okay. And so, like, if we waive in exchange for discovery, they will send all that to us.
Yeah.
And then
I don't need it now. I want to proceed. I don't want to waive. I don't want to waive it. I mean,
I
simple.
Need it. If I want to represent you the way I want to represent you and file motions to try to get rid of this case.
I understand, but I have time. I have nothing but time, and I would love to see them. I would love to see what they have to say and how they handle the situation.
Okay, well, we'll do it.
At the risk of me wasting more time. I've lost my job this winter. I spent the last year and a half getting my massage therapy license. Mm-hmm. I have to go to therapists now over my hands.
Right.
I lost my contract worth thousands of dollars working with millionaires. Yeah, and I mean, they've ruined my life.
Yeah.
They've damaged my eyes. I'm covered in scars.
Hurt him all
Every time I look in the mirror, I see my busted face, and these guys are terrorizing me. And they've been doing it for over a year. And I know all the dates. I've been keeping an eye on them, and I've been staying out of their way. But I just want them to do what they're going to do.
Okay.
If they want to throw it at me, that's fine. If they want to be cordial and say this has been really taken over the top and let it go, that's fine. If they want to just hold right where we're at and push it out and decide what they want to do later, that's fine too.
Okay.
I just want to go ahead and proceed and file a motion for dismissal under whatever bounds you like.
Okay, I will try.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you that I don't think it's going to turn out the way we want it to.
I understand.
Because, like I said, I found some case law from think it was 2014. It says this is fine. They can do these kind of investigatory stops. I don't agree with it. I think it's bullshit.
All right, and are we gonna check and see if Jeb's on the Brady list?
On the Brady list?
Yeah, from his
Probation.
departure from Fayetteville.
Oh,
in
I mean, I can
2010.
find all that information out.
Well, I mean, I already found it.
Yeah.
I just haven't paid for the list to make sure he's on it. But
Okay.
everything I've seen leads to, yeah, he was. It was after an accident involving a police cruiser,
Okay.
kind of like this same situation.
Okay.
And he resigned to come to Somerville. He didn't transfer.
Okay. All right. Well,
So if he's their most credible person, then I'm not concerned at all.
I know you're anxious for this to be over with.
No, I'm
so
not
am I.
anxious. No, I would like them to have the opportunity to do their jobs and.
Well, I will tell you this, okay? If this is a case where you're already telling me, like, if this does not get dismissed, you want to take it to the box. You want to go all the way with it if you get indicted.
That's
Right?
why all the information. At the end of the day, I want all the information, and I don't want to have to keep waiting for it. Speedy trial is one of the only things that we're supposed to have, and it's not been speedy.
Well, you don't get a speedy trial until after you're indicted. That's when your speedy trial rights.
So I haven't been indicted.
Mm-mm. You have not.
So
been
yeah,
indicted.
that's
I was
what she's
taken.
saying.
So I was taken to jail under what
Yeah,
pretext?
you're charged.
You're
You're charged by a
charged,
criminal
yeah.
complaint.
But it hasn't stuck yet. That's what she's saying. She needs more time to get with Paul. They have all the videos now to look this
Okay,
all
so
over.
okay,
I
let me
know.
explain. So
I
here's-
don't want to do it. I mean, I don't want to
But
be
you might go
coerced
to
into
jail.
doing it. I don't want to be coerced into doing it. If they want to send me to jail, I mean, that's wild.
Okay, well, here's
But
what-
they can.
Well, here's what I'm trying to explain to you. Basically, here's how the whole system works. Generally speaking, like, you can be indicted, just indicted, like, you know what I mean, and then they issue
Oh, yeah.
a warrant for you after you're indicted and pick you up.
I'm sure you've heard that you can indict a head.
Yes, I mean, I've been a prosecutor,
Right.
so I know how that works. So here's the thing. Here's what I'm trying to explain is, like, right now you've been charged by a criminal complaint in magistrate court.
Right.
The only job that the magistrate court has in a felony proceeding is they can either accept a plea to some sort of lesser offense, which is a misdemeanor. They can't take a plea on a felony. They cannot dispose of a felony in that way in magistrate court. Or they can have the preliminary hearing.
So are you saying we're dealing with two different cases, one with the felony and one with the misdemeanors?
No,
Or is it all the same
the
thing?
preliminary hearing is just going to be it's just on the felony. It's just on the felonies. That's it. That's what a preliminary hearing is.
So we don't have a hearing on.
So yeah, you
On
don't
all the
want-
assault and
if
battery
she
anyway?
wants you to hold this off.
I'm not holding it off.
No, I don't want you to.
I mean,
here's
I've said it like a dozen times.
Here's what I don't want you. I'm not saying that we should hold this off. I'm saying that I believe, okay, in my professional opinion, both having been a prosecutor and having been a defense attorney, I've been doing this for 30 years, that I believe that it is in your best interest at this juncture for us to get as much of the evidence that they have against you as we possibly can. Okay? The way to do that, the only way to do that right now, that obligates the prosecutor's office to provide that to us, is if we waive the preliminary hearing in exchange for early discovery within 10 days, 10 business days. So that's about 2 weeks. They will do everything in their power to get it to us. Paul Williams has already told me, he was like, yeah, if that's how you want to go, he's like, I'll get you everything we get as it comes in right now.
And then he'll have access to it too, right?
Oh yeah, I'll give it all to you.
Yeah, you'll have
You will
access
have
to
copies
it
of
for
all
the
of
civil
it.
I don't
rights
need
lawyer.
it. I mean, I know I was there for it.
Right, I
what
know
happened.
I know, but I need it
Right.
if we have any hope to try to.
Well, you'd like it, but we don't need it right now, in my
Well,
eyes.
well-
You want it to make it sure that you
So-
have what you need, but I'm just saying.
You feel like
I have they've ruined my life. They've
I-
ruined my job. I
Well,
worked really
she's
hard
trying to
to
help
get
them out
that
further,
position.
really.
It was
That's what I'm trying to do.
it was a once in a lifetime opportunity, and it's gone completely.
I'm trying to make
I just
sure-
switched careers.
I know.
I've stopped tattooing in this town. I quit my business and everything because of
Uh-huh.
these guys aggravating me. They have stopped everything for me. I'm on a bracelet. I can't leave my house. I cannot do anything. I can't go to the doctor. I can't go to all these
You
places.
should be able to go to the doctor.
No, they're not letting me.
No, when
The day they took me to jail,
That's when they took him to jail.
he made me
I was
set. He
sitting
made
out
me
there
set.
to pick him up,
He made me
and they
set.
scooped him up and said, "Come on, let's go."
Okay, I'll
said-
talk to Scott.
I said I had to go to the doctor because they're supposed to look at my hands because nobody's even read my X-rays yet and anything. And he said that he can give me a referral. And he said, Well, the magistrate wants to talk to you first,
Yeah.
and then it went and arrested me.
And I said, okay.
He could have let me go to my appointment, and then took me
I
in
don't understand why they arrested you.
because he heard that I was going to get medical help. They haven't let me get medical help during this entire thing, and alongside the bruising and the fractured toes and the fractured fingers and the permanent scarring, my mental health is deteriorated greatly. They've taken me off my medication. I've relinquished my medical card, showing that I'm not a felon. It's the same active ingredient that's in Marinol. They're just making, they're splitting hairs, and I'd like them to split those hairs today.
Okay, well, we can do that. I mean, I'm going to tell you, I don't think it's necessarily in your best interest. But if that's what you want to do, that's what we will do.
Could they just throw it out today?
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
So if you file a motion for dismissal, there's no way you can throw it out.
I don't think, because the only issue is probable cause. I mean, like, he's not going to hear a motion for, I mean, I can argue that they didn't have a valid.
And can you ask him if he would be willing to take a lie detector test that he physically saw me get out of the vehicle and move into another vehicle?
I can approach that subject with the prosecutor.
They know
That simply enough, and asking him if he's on the Brady list is enough for me. If you do that, I'll be happy. And of course, the motion for dismissal for the lack of them being able to provide body camera footage in an ample amount of time.
I think here's the thing: they're under no obligation to provide that to us. None.
Okay.
But if you don't go today,
the legal obligation is on them to prove my guilt.
The only thing they have to prove today is they have to reach probable cause. Probable cause is like down here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beyond
That's
reasonable
fine.
doubt is up here.
I don't need your help. This is my representation. Thank you.
So it's just probable cause, which is literally it's probably. Did he probably do this? Commit this felony?
I know I didn't. So I know that he's lying. I know I didn't. So they can continue to dig deeper in the hole if they want, but we'll figure it out.
I don't think. Here's what I just want to be able. I literally want to be able to sit down with Paul Williams and be like, all right, listen to these calls. Because Mike Morello,
he changes his mind a bunch of times in just a call.
The 911 calls, it's like, yeah, I don't really, this happened a while ago. I wasn't even gonna call.
I thought he was going for my necklace. Then he said I had my necklace. Then he said I got my necklace back from him. And then he said and broke my charm. It's none of it's consistent.
And he acted like he didn't know Abby, and him and Abby have
It's his
spoken for
former
years.
client.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so here's the thing. A little something you don't know that it could be helpful to us. Paul Williams does not like Mike Morello. Paul Williams does not think much of Mike Morello. Okay?
I understand. You said the same thing when you first started talking about him, but at this point, I don't care who likes who and who is buddies with who or anything. I just want him to make the decisions. I want them to make decisions based off the law.
Yeah, the only decisions they're going to make today is probable cause.
Right. So let them decide if they got probable cause or not. I would like to, bring up the fact that I saw the vehicle. It did not concern me because I had not talked to anybody, but it was blocking Mike Morello's door. There's no way he could see past it.
Right. So here's the thing.
So as far as he knows, if he even seen me, I was in that white SUV.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to call somebody else to pull me over in a different vehicle, just on a whim, that's not probable cause. They don't need probable cause. Using spidey senses. And 2 weeks ago when I was in municipal court, Garrett was using his spidey senses. He said I witnessed him. I could hear that I could hear what gear he was in and assumed how fast he was going. He almost ran me over going about 75 miles an hour while I was turning. And I said to the judge, so he has some kind of superhuman hearing that allows him to determine how fast I'm going from hundreds of yards away. And he said, yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So, look, I just want them to say whatever they're going to say because, the facts are all there.
That's fine.
The information's there. They can do what they want with it.
All right. Well,
I'm tired. I'm tired of being intimidated. I'm tired of giving them the opportunity to make stuff up.
I don't want you to be intimidated, and that's another one of the reasons why I want to get all this stuff.
I've been intimidated for over a year, and I'm sick.
Yeah. What you tell them. that they don't need to keep doing this. And
This was many times.
I want them to go ahead and proceed the way they think that they have the legal right to.
okay.
And, I'm at their mercy. I'll continue to comply however I can. And, I just want to get it done. I'm going to get in court. Get something on file. It's being recorded inside.
It is. That's why you will not testify.
Is it video or just audio?
It's just audio.
All right.
I don't usually I don't like for my clients to testify at a preliminary hearing, because if we end up going to trial later, you're going to take the stand over there, and if you just remember something kind of wrong.
I just like the paper, the email I sent that I just revised right before lunch, filed with everything today.
I don't know that I can file that.
Well, I mean, we can have it present with us and
Yeah.
submit it directly to the prosecutor.
So.
He's basically been in prison all this time over nothing.
And on top of that, them changing my medication for PTSD.
Yeah.
It might seem stupid, like marijuana. I know it's been demonized for a long time, but I waited years before I got my medical card for it, and I was prescribed. I was diagnosed with PTSD within 2 years, 3 years after getting out of the military, and I went about 8 years without any help for it.
It was bad.
And I've got myself lined out, and I felt great. The day I was dealing with Mike, and over there, I was having a great day. Okie at the VA, he was giving me positive advice and saying, I think that you qualify for VA benefits over the past 15 years. I got my work history from Tina, and I'm proud of that because I work my ass off. I've worked 2 jobs at a time while going to school, like I am now. I'm going to DRC dealing with all this nonsense, and I'm a full-time student. And I was going to be a full-time career and a great new opportunity. They ruined all that. Yeah. So now I have nothing but time but to try to get my mental health back in check. Try to get the proper doctors to assess me and fix me and get me back to some kind of normality while I'm dealing with this. They're just setting me in a room all day and not letting me on my phone.
I'm going to talk. Make doctor's appointments, right?
Oh yeah, I've got half a dozen right now.
Okay. Make sure that he has them way in advance, so you can put them on your calendar. That shouldn't be any problem. And I'm going to talk to him.
Yeah, Scott's been great. I mean, Scott's cool.
Okay, yeah.
He's fair because he's not out there dealing with all this nonsense.
And I was going to say, he has said good things about you. He's surprisingly really chill. I'm like, yeah. I was like, he's not.
It's just his face. They look at me and they think that I'm a mean guy. I'm not.
He's been treated like this since he was in school.
Since I was young. I've only been in 2 fights my whole life, and they started beating the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Other than, the third time was them beating the crap out of me.
And he's never been in fights.
I'm not confrontational. When I was a military police officer, we learned all the stuff that these police officers obviously have not been trained to do. De-escalation, how you use pepper spray, how you use restraints, how you lock cuffs, how you use spike strips, all that stuff. They don't know how to do it.
I think they're trained to do it, but I don't think they care.
I think they might be told.
Yeah.
Or explained. Like, this is how you use pepper spray, but honestly, pepper spray, you're not allowed to get closer than 6 inches with pepper spray because the hydraulic noodling effect can cause permanent damage. It is known to cause permanent damage. It immediately spikes that, regardless of the peppers, just the pressure from the can.
Yeah.
But they had it right against me, and I don't that body cam footage, whether it comes out now or later, I know it's there. And if they don't want to provide it now, they can provide it later, and it'll be just the same.
They'll provide it. Prosecutor's office will provide it, but you have to waive the hearing.
But they could have provided it.
They could have. They could have the hearing, but they won't provide it if you don't waive the hearing.
They're threatening not to provide it. Yeah, that's why.
I mean, no. I'm just saying. I don't know. The prosecutor's office may be willing to share it with me, even if we don't waive the hearing. I mean, they may. They just are under no legal obligation to. Unless, like we do exercise, we waive it in exchange for the early discovery. Then they have an obligation to make sure that I get everything they have
Yeah.
as of right now,
Yeah.
which should include the police report, like a narrative
Mhm.
and all that bullshit, which I
They
love.
changed 3 times.
I know. I love
The original one they took that was I was charged my original charges. I had 2 or 3 felonies and I had about 8 misdemeanors, and then it went down to 2 felonies and the misdemeanors, then finally down to 1. And they changed the label of them also.
Well, we have to. Here's the thing. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I'm sorry.
What they're looking for is probable cause, and if their probable cause is what they're going to go off of is an officer who was let go from the Fayetteville Police Department and is likely on a Brady list. If not, he should be. Then I'm very comfortable with that. And they have a video. They have some video. They could refer to that, and if that's not enough video for them to see that what was done to me was obviously way overkill, considering Mike is not pressing charges and had no marks or anything on him.
Well,
I think he got mad because I touched him and he broke his own chain, and then he went and talked.
He loves Abby.
Yeah, and he pretended like he didn't know her.
And he just kissed Abby in front of him.
Well, here's the thing.
He's seen that I was with her, and he'd seen me there prior weeks because we had been hanging out more.
Right. Here's the thing. I mean, we'll have the preliminary hearing, and then I can try to talk to Paul and see if I can get this body cam footage, because I would really like to have it. I would really like to have it.
Oh yeah, the little video of her while they're saying "Get him, boy, get him up, get him, boys." You know, that's nothing. Watching 4 or 5 of them on top of me while I'm screaming and they're pepper spraying in my sock feet.
That's what I fucking want.
But they know it's there. If they don't want to throw it out now, they can get in trouble for it later.
Well, no, they don't. They can't.
They can.
No, they can't. I mean, literally, they don't have to provide that to us right now.
Yeah, they don't have to right now. But what I'm saying is they do have to provide it at some point if I make them.
Yeah, eventually. Well, if you're in,
and it's not going to change.
So. And
if they don't provide it, or it's been altered, or they can't find it anymore, it's just as helpful if they do provide it.
Right.
So I mean, I'm not scared of these guys. Okay. I've dealt with law enforcement my whole life. I've been a law enforcement in the military police as a teenager.
We'll have the hearing. I'm just saying, like, there's advantages to doing both. Okay, there's advantages to doing both.
What's the advantage of having a hearing?
Just getting a police officer's testimony on record. That's it. That's the only advantage.
Okay.
And then we have that one before he takes a stand in any kind of if we have to go to trial in circuit court. I would
love to hear just how he articulates how he's currently engaging with Mike outside of his car because there was nobody sitting in the cruiser, and currently engaging with Mike inside his locked office that he said on the 911 call he had locked himself in, and how he had spider senses to see past the vehicle with lights on, past the door, in the middle of the plaza, me get out of a vehicle that was surrounded by vehicles, get straight in my mom's vehicle. No, he just assumed. He's making assumptions. So, I mean, I just want to let them do what they're going to do. I'm at their mercy anyway. I'm going to let them do it.
In open court, Garrett Groves said he stopped at the stop sign, rolled down his window, and listened, and heard him speeding, and then caught up to him. And he was right behind me.
The local tattoo shop called them on me.
Almost ran over top of him. He got right next to him and flipped his lights on, and he cut up our road. And Garrett almost hit him. If he hadn't cut when he did, Garrett. He thought I was speeding. He thought I was speeding. He didn't know I was falling right behind my mom. She takes the next street, and I take this street usually by the Hardys. So he's basing off thinking I'm up where she is up there. He's probably going 75, 85 miles an hour around that Hardee's. And I'm looking at it in my rearview mirror.
He can't hit his lights in time because he's squealing his tires, trying not to hit me because I'm signaling going 2 miles an hour so I don't fall because there's gravel right there. Mm-hmm. And I get up there on the next road, it's maybe 75 yards long, 50 yards long. Yeah. And then he hits his lights. I take the next left because it's straight uphill, and the next left is her house anyway. And we all pull in at the same time. Me, my mother, and Abby, who are all in a convoy coming from Alfredo's eating dinner, spaghetti dinner. And, I know what happened. He was sitting in the main road between Starbucks and Applebee's.
Waiting on him to leave.
Parked illegally in the main, waiting on me. He cut Abby off, who was following me home, specifically because it was Friday or Saturday night, something like that, and we didn't want to get in no troubles. But I had my mom there in front, my girlfriend behind me, and he cut Abby off. She watched him blow through a stop sign. And the next stop sign at the United, she had to sit and wait for him while he used his spidey senses to determine when he should take off at about 90 miles an hour.
Yeah. And then when he got there, I pulled in first. He pulled in on his bike, and then the law pulled in right behind him. And he got out, and he was literally like,
shaking.
Sir, he was trembling. He was literally like he was taking a stroke or something. He was terrified. I think it was because he almost killed him.
Yeah, it's scared. It made him a nervous wreck because I don't think he was scared of me, but he almost hit me.
Down wrong.
You know, I mean,
he gave him a ticket for hazardous driving, which he wasn't.
And that's a state law. It's not a municipal law. It's reckless driving.
The biggest reason, and I'll be honest with you, the biggest reason I wanted to get all these videos is I want to go talk to Paul and be like, look, this is enough. Because, and I'm not going to lie to you, Garrett and Colton, especially, or the Groves, there's a lot of people that have problems with them.
They've had their guns on hair triggers on me while I'm walking a dog in the middle of the day. You know, I mean, these guys are looking to kill me.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
I understand that, but I'm not scared either.
I know.
I've lived a long time. I've had a good life, and I mean, it's sad for my mother because she's having to deal with this, and she's being targeted too now. My grandmother's being targeted. Having officers come to the house in the middle of the night, pointing, making my grandma get up and getting her stair thing that makes her go down the stairs in the middle of the night and saying, "Oh, we're just responding to a call. There was a ping. There was a ping that pinged on this house." Did nobody ever even see if there was an actual call, or if it was a hang up, if it was a ping, if it was a report or anything?
And Alderman said, "Well, ma'am, if you didn't call, we know the family."
Yeah.
And my mom said, "I know you don't know my grandson."
So I mean,
it's an intimidation
if they want to wait and give somebody else more time to get all of this, I have all the dates. Right now, I've only outlined what happened the day I got arrested, and I can go further and go the day the 16th I was arrested again. But other than that,
and here's the thing too, I'm not necessarily wanting to share all this with them yet.
Okay.
I want it on record right now.
Okay.
I would like it on record. Well, that's why I want it submitted.
Well, okay, so.
Because, I mean, you haven't asked me for anything. You haven't asked me for a statement. You haven't asked me to provide anything.
Well, this because I don't. Here's what I did ask. I wanted, I wanted this.
Is your restroom?
That's
yeah,
exactly.
Which is basically the summary of everything that happened.
And I wrote it right after it happened while it was fresh in my memory on the calendar.
And Roxanne, she talked to you or your mom, because then she went she's interviewed the two witnesses that gave statements. They talked to Abby. She and Nikki. They tried to talk to Morello, and he just.
I mean, Abby. Other than me and her being in a situationship. Well, her store didn't call anybody. Her store was the only people open. Also,
but here's the reason we talked to Abby. Was because there was the one guy saying you were acting all weird, and putting this card in the door, and it's like, well, what was going on there? And so it was like you were returning her debit card.
It's not his business, Well, he's the first. He's not supposed to be living in it.
It's
highly controversial.
It wasn't Morello that said that. It was one of the witnesses. The guy that
one
was
of his
there
friends.
The guy that was there with his son
and his friend is also sitting there helping him during the 911 call, saying
yes, that's
no,
him.
Oh yeah. He's helping him. He's helping him make a fraudulent police call.
Yeah, that was him. So
okay, well that's great. Because what does he know?
But not much. But what I was saying is the reason we talked to him because I had Nikki go back to him and be like, all right, so if you knew the following things, right? You know what I mean? If you knew that his girlfriend worked there, he was just returning a debit card, he'd been, at the VA, he'd been at workforce, he was there and waiting for his girlfriend to get off work, had a drink.
That was before I even left the house.
But what I'm saying is, what I had them do was get all that information, then go back to this witness and be like, so if you had known these things, would that behavior still have seemed odd to you? And he basically, he said, really, it made it. He said, yeah, kind of, mostly because he was wearing socks.
Because I'd gotten him out of the car and he was asleep.
I didn't need my socks.
So,
He
but
kicked
anyway,
his shoes off.
But
Took my shoes off. I was walked right.
I know, yeah, no. I mean, but he just.
And I
for
don't
whatever
even he didn't even have socks on.
Yeah,
I think
whatever
No, I had
reason.
socks on because it ripped. My toes still, toes still bloody even
Okay.
after all these weeks.
So I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why he thought that was odd, but that witness thought that was odd that you didn't have shoes.
I think it's odd they're saying I'm kicking officers and attacking them when I'm pepper sprayed, hands behind my back, and have socks on.
Yeah.
And there's 3, 4, 5 officers.
No, I think
one officer, Garrett, who's this tall, I was very nice and let him do whatever he needed to do with his investigation, and he put me in a car that wasn't his. He put me in what I believe was a sheriff's car, because all the city cars have dividers.
It was Jeb's car because
then Jeb was likely driving one of the old sheriff's cars. Because I believe it said sheriff down the side.
Jeb is doing the investigation. That's whose car he was in.
Well, they probably had him in an old beater sheriff car because of his last thing where he got fired in Fayetteville over wrecking a car. So I mean, I just want to let him make a statement.
Okay. Well, we will see what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take a minute and use the restroom, and
you want us just to wait out here?
You can go on over. Yeah, and I'll be right behind you.
So for me, the only thing I want is that document filed, and
I can't file this in magistrate court.
we can take it in with us and we can just make a statement.